Hi there, my name is Lee Johnson and this is my 2021 Surron X. I changed out the Surron stock bars for the Pro Taper bars. Other than that, everything is completely stock from the factory. I bought this about 8 months ago and got it up at Luna Cycle up in El Segundo, which is in LA, here in California. I live in Southern California myself and I'm going to be riding it around, taking you guys out today. Look for a full review on this bike coming soon. But I have about 700 miles on it now. I've ridden it for about 8 months, and it's the only problem I've had is the tire is pretty much worn all the way down. Other than that, it's completely stock. So like I said, I want to take it out today, go on a range test and see how far this bike can go with a rider like me who's 6'3" and 220 pounds. Now, I will be completing this ride today with the backpack on. I will be taking this backpack with me. When I went inside to weigh myself, I weighed about 220 pounds without anything on. With the shoes, backpack, the charger that's in here that I will be taking with me for my return trip, as well as a jacket and some pants. My total weight was about 235 pounds, and this is the size of the charger here. It's a fairly heavy, bulky charger. It takes about 650 watts, but I will be bringing that with me to charge back up. I'm going to put on my bag, get on the road, and let's see how far this can go. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how far you're able to go with your Surron. This will be mostly on-road for this test here. We'll be going about 80% on-road with about 20% off-road here and there just to hit a few little dirt jumps and this and that. That's about what I do for riding. Generally, it's about 60-40, 70-30 type of mostly on-road and a little bit of off-road, unless I take it out to the desert. When I do that, it's all off-road and I change the tires out. I have a pair of tires coming as well. Leave a comment down below, let me know what you think I'm getting. I did a lot of research on it before I made a decision. I'll also be making a video about that as well, so stay tuned. Also, don't forget guys, when you charge up your bike, be sure to leave it on the charger until the charger turns off, until the fan turns off. It's really important to balance the cells. You want to make sure that not only does it say 100 on the readout here, but that it also is fully topped off all of the cells, at least every once in a while. You don't have to do it for every ride. You can see I'm at about 700 miles there, 693. You don't have to do it every single ride, but it's really important to do it every once in a while. Otherwise, you will start to get a cell imbalance and your battery won't be able to go below 10, sometimes 15, even 20% if it's really out of balance. So just be sure that you're taking care of your battery health by not leaving it fully topped off at 100% and not letting it go down below ideally 10% if you can, in order to let that battery last as long as possible. Okay, and this route I'll be taking says it'll take about 1 hour and 28 minutes and it's 18 miles, but I'm hoping to do that a lot quicker. But that's the route I'll basically be taking from kind of the edge of San Marcos over here in Vista all the way down to the bike path all the way to Oceanside. Okay, here we go. 235 pounds, full battery, range test. Surron, 2021 Surron. In sport mode the whole time. I won't necessarily be going slow, that's for sure. Fully charged. So one thing I noticed was when I first got the bike about, I'd say 50 miles in or so, the motor had like a squeal to it. And, it might have been just some dust that was in the motor or in the belt as the belt was wearing in, but it went away. So if you notice that your Surron is squeaking when you just got it, or even I guess, 50 to 100 miles in, it could be just the belt breaking in like mine did. And it takes about another battery or two of riding and it went away for me. So if you have that problem, maybe you might want to try that. Just run it for a little bit before you take it anywhere.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test.
for the system, or what is this?
Electric.
Really?
Yeah. It's called a Surron.
Pero what is this? Maybe this is 60?
It's what?
It's 60?
A Surron. Yeah, that's what they call it. Is that right there?
Nice.
At this point, we're at 696 miles and we have 92% remaining. See if I can beat this motorcycle here. No confidence, he's cruising. Now he's just showing off. He's like, yeah, go get 72 volts. Woo. Love it. So we're at the trailhead here of the bike path off the 76 in Santa Fe, and kind of the border of Oceanside and Vista. So going that direction is east, and headed this direction, obviously where the sun's setting this evening, is the west. And that's where we're headed. We're headed all the way to the ocean. So far we've gone, we're at 701, we're at 693, so that's 8 miles total. And we're at 71% on the Surron, so we've used 29% to go 8 miles. So roughly 30% for 8 miles. Extrapolate that out. Obviously that's getting up near 24, 25. We won't get that far. A lot of this ride was somewhat downhill, and it wasn't at full speed for a lot of it in town. Now on this bike path, I'm pretty much going to be going full speed the entire time, other than when people are nearby on a bike or walking. I'm going to slow down and go a normal bike's speed, you know, normal e-bike speed of like 25 miles an hour. And then I'll speed right back up as soon as I pass them. That keeps people from being too pissed off about you basically having an electric motorcycle on the bike path. So, here we go. Dogs and things like that, I usually go even slower, because you never know what a dog on a leash is going to do, and you don't know how they're going to react either. So just common courtesy, and if you're respectful, you don't usually have a problem. If you're rude, or you're going too fast, you're being stupid or dangerous, yeah, I mean, I would get mad too. Somebody's riding one of these stupid and dumb and dangerous. But if you're riding respectfully, most people don't have a problem with it. Occasionally one or two will, but you know, if you just kind of hold your calm and do your thing, it's not too big of a deal. That's one of the little dirt hits I want to hit. There's a couple coming out throughout here. I know it's not going to be anything exciting on the camera, but it sure is fun in person. And these things are the best climbers because the torque, I mean, I used to ride a 125 and 250 and a 450 out in the desert mostly, but you know, climbing hills and things like that out in Superstition in the sand and whatnot and everywhere, but even Ocotillo Wells, Rocketillo as they would call it. But so I'm a big like motocross guy. I don't do it very much anymore, obviously because I'm getting older and whatnot. Just didn't have the time as much. But these things for around town gives you a very similar feel. I know they're expensive, but it's awesome, and it's kind of gives you that little bit of a nostalgia feeling of riding motocross. But you got to remind yourself, this is not a motorcycle. Or, you know, it is a motorcycle technically, but it's not a dirt bike. You know, it is just technically like a nice, I wouldn't even say a downhill bike because it's not that beefy. It's like a nice mountain bike, a heavy mountain bike. And I'm 220 pounds, you know, with my weight, I'm 230 with the backpack on charger. That's significant. That's enough to bottom these forks easily. So you know, you just got to kind of pay attention to that. And if you're a heavier rider, you got to be ready for that. But like I said, the ability for this thing to climb and to crawl is so amazing because the torque is just right there. You don't have to rev or worry about a clutch or changing gears. There's nothing. There's one gear, and you don't have to worry about, you know, the clutch. It's amazing. So I love it for climbing. It's just steady as a billy goat. Steady as a mountain goat. Steady as an eddy. Alright, there we go with the full speed again. We'll be taking this bike path almost all the way to the harbor. About every mile or so I like to back off the throttle and let the engine kind of relax, let the voltage settle for a second. We're going about 44 top speed into the wind with you know, 30% off the battery off the top, so it's running a little bit slower, and it will do that as the battery goes down. It will lose a mile or two an hour for every.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees.
Hey, we're back on the road. If I can do this real quick without bugging this doggy too much. Can't wait till I have new tires. So much better. Doesn't look like anything, but it's super steep. See, again, the climbing is just amazing with this thing. It just, you know, you need better tires, you need wider rear tire, but pretty fun. All right, see how this goes. We're almost there. So we have, quick check, we're at 48% and we're at 706 miles. So we've gone 7 plus 6, 13 miles on 52%. So 13 miles on roughly 50%. So kind of back at that same 24-mile range still. Let's see if it stays there.
You gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah.
I can't wait till I get those tires. It's gonna be nice having some reasonable sized tread. Yeehaw! Yeah, now this is what I'm signed up for right here. All that on-road stuff's for the sissies. That's what it's about, man. Loose. Oh yeah. So much more fun than on-road. It's ridiculous. It almost should be illegal. Alright, it's a pretty fat little hill here. Let's see what this thing can do. Oh, I couldn't even see there for a second with the sun. That was fun, man. Whew. let's do a little bit more. I'm just hoping I don't get a flat tire out here so far away from home. Let's see here, trails. So this is the rest of the trail, but I just want to go in the dirt. It's probably gonna get a little thick out here, but hey, that's what it's for. Phew. It's a little drop off right here. Yeah. Whoa. See, the trail just kind of disappears pretty quick. I mean, as much as I want to hit this stuff, I want to get this test done before it gets dark. So I gotta keep moving. Let's get back on the trail real quick. Maybe we can go this way. So fun. I don't like the sticks, but hey, it is what it is. Whoa, watch out. We're gonna go straight up or what? Nope, still good. These tires are like barely good enough to do this kind of stuff. Like barely. They're so thin and small. That will be changing. I've also taken this out to Ocotillo Desert once. It's definitely underpowered. Really need a 72 volt out there and way bigger, better tires for the loose sand. But that being said, it did great as far as, I mean, range and everything I was expecting it to do. It did it. It kept up. The suspension was great. It did awesome over all the rocks and bumps. It didn't have any flats or problems. Man, that doesn't look it, but that is steep. But it did it. Quick check. 709 miles, and we are at 33%. So we've gone from 693, so 16 miles in 67%. So 2/3 of a battery, we've gone approximately 17 miles. Not too bad, or 16 miles, sorry. Just kind of gives you an idea of the range. You know, with the wind as a factor, how fast you're riding, what kind of tires you have, how much you weigh, all of these things, how fast you go, everything is going to be a factor on the range. So this is just to give you a ballpark. No nonsense, real world range test.
Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change.
Got some air there, yeah. All right. You know, everyone says it's such a small bike and they wonder, oh, you know, you're gonna look silly riding? Yes, of course. I'm 6'3", 220 pounds. I look silly doing a lot of things. But I like the fact that it's light and can whip it around and it's smaller. I don't really want a full-size motorcycle. If I wanted one, I would buy that. I wanted something cheaper, lighter, that doesn't need registration and can do pretty much everything a dirt bike or a electric bike could do, but isn't gonna break the bank and doesn't weigh 250 pounds. And you can just whip in and out of traffic. It's awesome. All right, so we made it to the harbor. I'm headed to my friend's house who lives over here on a houseboat. And it's a really dope floating house. Now, what you will notice is that somewhere between 20, 15, and 10%, depending on, I've noticed how hard you're riding it. If you're really getting on it, it'll die out a lot quicker and start flashing earlier than it will if you're just feathering it lightly like this and going like 20, 25. You can kind of ride out these last few percent without it shutting off or overheating. But if you're just full throttle all the way to the end, as much as it'll do, you're probably gonna have it shut off on you at about 10%. At least that's what I've noticed. It definitely will start flashing a little earlier, like say 15-20%. So something to be mindful of. Obviously, if you're trying to get to your destination, you're going to slow down if you can't make it. If you don't think you're going to make it, you know, you got to just slow down. There's nothing else you can really do. So that puts us at, according to the odometer on the bike, that puts us at about 19 miles. So probably closer to like 18 and a half, because it might have already been halfway through the mile when we started on the bike. So let's just say it went between 18 and 19 miles and used about 80% of the battery. So not too bad. I would assume if I did this same route and was continuing the speed, I could get another, let's call it another mile or two pretty comfortably. But if there's any hills involved, your mileage is going to vary a lot, obviously. So on the way home, it doesn't go quite as far. I'll get home with like 10% doing the exact same route, the same way, the same speed and everything, because there's just more uphill on the way back. So be cognizant of that as well. But like I said, 80% got me about 18 or 19 miles. So I always just assume with a full tank, I'm going to be able to go about 20 miles max. That's just kind of the range I've gotten. Now, I have had better luck, like I said, in dirt and slow moving trails, like tight cornered trails. I was able to get closer to 22, but I have never really been able to get 25. Now, if I just went 20 miles an hour, kind of a flat downhillish road, I'm sure I could easily get 25, you know, but who wants to do that? So anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already.